I'm Georgia. I'm the founder of Loud Mobility. Basically founded Loud Mobility to try and shake things up, to raise the volume of joyful, sustainable journeys, to do it in a way that's more vibrant and fun and inclusive. Well, we are at Loud Mobility HQ in Camden in an amazing space called Camden Collective. And it actually used to be a former primary school. So I always love when we send people to the loos, like we tell them to go to their teacher's office. When we saw the office, we were like, this is definitely where we need to be. But when we came out and saw this amazing, amazing artwork and what it says and the mission that it sets up for us, it was just like, we absolutely have to be here. It's kind of the perfect reminder of exactly why we're doing what we're doing and how necessary it is. Let's go. Just come past this wall every day. So beautiful. The landscape of cycling is changing a huge amount. Just that simple thing of putting the rut in just makes it so much easier to get onto the towpath of your bike. I see a lot more folding bikes. I think there's more affordable brands that are becoming available, different exciting colorways that get people excited. But you always see people cycling along the towpath. It doesn't matter, rain, shine, every day. Usually it's people that have a smile on their face as well. Why don't we pop into Gasholder Park and I'll tell you more about the Estarli and how much I've enjoyed riding this all over the UK, all through the summer. While we're based in Camden and we do a lot of work in London, we also work all across the UK. And so this bike has been amazing because it's come with me on so many site visits, on crazy journeys, and it's been super easy. The fact that it's foldable, it can go on any train, and I've got to say, I love the color. Already with the bike itself, it's super adaptable. I think when I first got it, the handlebars were a little bit lower and a little bit more set downwards actually. So I've adjusted that already to what feels comfortable for me. You know, every bike is different, but on this bike, I like to ride quite upright because I enjoy, you know, pootling around and being able to look around a little bit and taking my surroundings. So I like to be quite upright on this bike. And then the saddle height is super adjustable. So I've definitely, had a whole heap of folks ask me for a go on the bike, and it suited all different heights, body shapes, individuals to be able to give it a go. But yeah, I had a basket on the front. I had this massive wire basket that I could just carry everything in. It was amazing. And then a big wicker one as well that was just a bit prettier for, you know, a nice weekend picnic and kind of chill ride. But even I also have a trailer that fits onto kind of any bike that carries loads of stuff, which I actually used for a trip up to Glasgow when we were working on the Cycling World Championships, and carried a ton of stuff up there on that. That fits onto this bike really well. I mean, it's been really easy to use it in every single scenario that I've needed. You know, it's always been the easiest option, but it's also been the kind of bike that women, young people, older people, people from all backgrounds have felt comfortable asking me for a ride on and have wanted to try and complimented and, you know, had positive feelings about. So it's been a really valuable tool also for just opening up those positive conversations about e-cycling. And it's just fared me so well, and yeah, I never want to give it back. I will say I probably go a little bit out of my way to catch a hill on this bike because it's so easy and you just feel, I think that's the best thing about an e-bike is that moment where you go up a hill and you're just cruising and you just feel kind of superhuman and you can take in your surroundings and enjoy your ride just as much as if you were on the flat. So a lot of hills. While it's fairly flat around here, closest where I live, there's a lot more hills. My commute is pretty hilly, pretty darn hilly. A lot of peaks and troughs in the ride, but there is still no faster way for me to go than on the e-bike. Never drive in London, it's just the worst. The honest truth is I first learned about Estarli when a friend of mine with a new baby was asking me about e-bikes and different e-cycles that they could get to make it easier to commute and, you know, possibly adapt for having kid seats on it and all sorts, and for it to be affordable. And I was just doing a little bit of, you know, checking out different options for this friend and came across Estarli. I think he was quite young still at the time and, you know, launching as a UK brand, being able to not have this massive footprint when you're purchasing the bike, but also were super affordable and had all kinds of payment plans that were just the right kind of thing for this friend who just had this new young family and didn't need this massive like £2,000 outlay or £3,000 outlay, but needed a way to get around and wanted to get around sustainably. So that was the first time that I came across Estarli and your bikes. And after that, I think you guys have been in touch with my business partner, Kaz, around the She's Electric campaign that we've been doing and the activations that we're doing to try and get more women to experience the joy of e-cycling and to have the opportunity to do that. So we were super happy when you were keen to partner with us and support that campaign, because the bikes that you have, the range, the options, the price point, the sustainability credentials were all such a strong fit for just the range of options that we wanted to present to women and show that there is a bike for the adventure cyclist. There's a bike for, yes, the commuter and utility, but also, you know, there's a bike for the person that just wants to express themselves in the vehicle that they ride. And I think the range and the approach that you've taken, the design, that will fit really well with our mission. And you guys have just got it. You've captured some amazing content as well. One of the best stories and kind of testimonials that we captured from the event that we did in Coldrop's Yard for She's Electric was Anne on the bike talking about her journey back into cycling and how e-cycling was supporting her in that.
It's my first time on an e-bike. One of my nicknames is Anne on the bike because I was always on some sort of bike, but I haven't for many years because of parenting and because I've been ill. I had a muscle inflaming thing for a few years all through COVID. I'm better now and I need to get back on wheels, but I need help, and I think this is perfect. I think it's going to get me back on the road again.
How did it feel?
Oh, amazing. To have the wind in my hair, to be moving fast on my own wheels, and with that little bit of help, I changed the settings. Of course, I was on the flat, but I could feel the difference between how much help I was getting, and I think it's going to get me back on the road.
And I genuinely probably watch that video like once a week because it's such a beautiful reminder of how important it is just to give people easy opportunities to have those kinds of experiences and to find routes back to things that they've enjoyed and benefited from, you know, and to have those barriers be really lowered and to have the support to get there. And I think Anne's story was just the perfect example of being able to do that with something as simple as just a few bikes and a few friendly folks in the middle of London. But I would say the best thing that I've done with this bike was take it over to Hackney to pick up a cargo bike from another partner of ours, which I then popped this straight into and cycled that cargo bike all the way to Brighton, where just on the other side, when I was walking through the lanes, I saw this bike again, but in the new coral colour. And I don't know, I love the pink, but I might have to have a word with you about the coral because that is truly bright and beautiful. And it was very noticeable, even in a place like the lanes where there's so much going on and there's so much colour and vibrancy around you. And it was this beautiful sunny day. It just stood out amongst all of that. So yeah, that's exactly kind of what we're wanting to do with Loud, is to make sure that the kind of work that we're doing and the messages that we're putting forward are standing out and they're loud and they're heard and they need to be heard. And so, yeah, being able to enjoy a bike that represents that well and actually get all the functionality out of it, of being able to get everywhere we need to go in the easiest possible way, has been amazing. Rain, sun, whatever it is, it's always going to be more enjoyable for me to be on the e-bike. So yeah, I've got to just bite the bullet and get one now.